Welcome to Pigskin Picks. It's your host, Wayne Breezie. Mose knows a lot because Wayne Breezie picks is terrible this season. Terrible, Mose. Like, I'm not even going to ask you how you doing because I don't care. Right now, I'm looking at my picks and I'm saying this is ridiculous, bruh. I ain't even capped 100 yet. And I'm never going to catch up. I realize that there's a bunch of weeks of football left. It's going to be almost impossible to catch up. So what I'm going to do is 1 week I'm going to do the show, and I'm not going to tell Mose when I'm going to do it, so he can't make the picks, and he'll default by losing all the picks that week. It's the only way I'm catching up, Mose. It's the only way.
I bet you got to keep hope alive, brother. You got to keep hope alive.
Man, Reggie Jackson is... All right. Let's get to it, man. Dang, 89's it? 89? Great year. That's all I got. Let's get to it, man. Thanksgiving is Thanksgiving week, ladies and gentlemen. Happy Thanksgiving to everybody out there that's going to be watching. We truly appreciate it. Listen, inside the comment section of the show, post your favorite Thanksgiving dish. Your favorite Thanksgiving dish. Can only pick one. Don't give me a whole meal because we'll come and rob you. Post a dish. All right, just one dish. Week 12, we got Packers, we got the Lions. Mose, division battle. Who you got?
Listen, this is on Thanksgiving, and Detroit's very own Jack Harlow is performing at halftime. There's no possible way I'm betting against the Lions this week, so give me Detroit.
The Lions have been losing every year on Thanksgiving. Have they ever even won on Thanksgiving? Right, that's my point.
Did they win last year?
I don't remember. Maybe they did. Maybe in this new.
I think Big Sean performed last year.
Maybe they did on this new regime, but if they did, then I'm invalid. Did they win last year? I'm going Lions too. Listen, the Lions are hot. All right, 8-2. They're about to be 9-2. They're about to be 9-2. They're gonna have the second best record.
They lost last year, but it was close.
I don't care. They lost, so I was right.
It was that close game against Buffalo where they lost 28-25.
And that was Buffalo. This is the Packers, so they're not losing this year. I got you. Okay. Well, no Aaron Jones in this game. No. Good luck, Packers on the road. Another Thanksgiving. Got 3 Thanksgiving matchups. Another divisional matchup. You got the Cowboys at home hosting the Washington Commanders, one team I can never figure out. I just don't understand who they are. I don't think they know who they are. Mose, you going Cowboys in this? I know we normally. I know you didn't go with them last week. You gonna stick to the guns?
Yeah, honestly, I felt more comfortable last week going with the Panthers than I do this week going with the Commanders. So it's definitely Cowboys for me.
All right, so that's 2 up for the Cowboys. And all they got to do is go out there, and just do their thing. I mean, don't they own the NFC East as of right now? I mean, yeah.
No.
They're at top of they're not in first place in the NFC East?
No, the Eagles are. They 9-1.
Oh, that's right. That's right. I forgot about the Eagles. They don't count. They're cheating. They just have the best record in football, period. But I meant out of the other 3 teams. Yeah, you're right. You're right.
Yeah, out of the other 3, they number 1 if you looking at the other 3.
But you're right. They don't own it. I was wrong. Let's get to that NFC West Divisional prime time game. Niners at Seahawks. Mose, do the fake birds stand a chance?
No, absolutely not.
See, so far we just together on these picks, man. At some point we have to defer. Absolutely not. Niners all day. Got a score prediction?
I'm staying the same. I'm going 31-17.
Okay. I'm staying with mine 31-13 Niners. All right. 31 is the number. I don't think they give up more than 13 on defense. We got our very first NFL Black Friday game. I just like saying that. Black Friday game. They got And then they're doing this so your ass ain't out shopping. I see what they did. All right. They got the Miami Dolphins on the road against the New York Football Jets. Now, let me tell you something, brother. I didn't like the way the Dolphins played last week coming off their bye week. I thought they looked slow and they didn't look together. Devon Achane doesn't look like he's going to be back. A lot's on Mostert. He looks like he's slowing down. The Jets still got a tough defense. Who you going with in this game?
I'm going Dolphins. I know the Jets have a tough defense. They haven't figured it out on offense.
They can't score
Zach
touchdowns,
Wilson has
bro.
been benched for Tim Boyle. Yeah, no way. I'm going Dolphins.
Dolphins easily get this victory on the road on the very first Black Friday game. All right, let's get to some Sunday matchups. All right, got the Saints at Falcons. Another divisional NFC South showdown. I can't figure the Saints out either, and the Falcons are the Falcons. So they're coming off their bye week. Who do you got in this game?
I think the Saints do more on offense with what they're able to do with Chris Olave and Rashid Shaheed. So I'm going New Orleans here.
Yeah. I think the Saints are going to come marching in. They're going to get the job done. I just can't pick the Falcons anymore. That's what happened. I've been picking them, and now look at my record. And so I'm sure they'll win this week because I'm not going to pick them. So the Saints, I'm going to go with the Saints. I like these are they all divisional? Not all of them are divisional matches. Not all of them. But you got the Steelers at the Bengals, another divisional matchup. You got no Joe Burrow anymore. And the Steelers just fired their offensive coordinator, Matt Canada. So will they be better? I don't know. But who are you going with in this game?
I'm going Steelers just because right now they're the healthier football team. We don't know what Jake Browning is going to be. And the way that the Steelers can get a W is unleash that pass rush.
Yeah.
Just let TJ Watt go crazy and get after Jake Browning. So I'm going Steelers.
Yeah, Steelers for me. And this is a great way for them to shoot up in that division, which is probably one of the toughest divisions in the NFL. That AFC North is different. You got the Cleveland Browns. You got the Baltimore Ravens leading it. It's just tough, right? But I'm definitely going to go with Steelers in this matchup. I think the Bengals are going to just spiral themselves down. And it just sucks for guys like Jamar Chase and those dudes. But hopefully they'll still be able to put up some numbers. They'll put up some points, all right? Panthers at the Titans.
This is a tough one, two struggling teams. I did feel confident picking the Panthers last week. I felt like maybe they would just be slept on by the Cowboys and surprise them. Titans, I believe they're coming off of a bye week.
No, they played last week.
They did?
And it was kind of tight. Because they look terrible.
Who did they play?
The Titans. Oh no, they worked.
They played Jacksonville, got worked.
They got worked, bro. Does Derrick Henry play football anymore? Or did they officially shut him down?
I don't
Dude, I think I can't call it, bro. I know teams are gearing up to stop the run, but how does Derrick Henry not be a focal part of the offense still? I know Hopkins got a late touchdown in that game, but come on.
He had 10 carries for 38 yards.
That's ridiculous. 3.8 yards per carry. How many carries did Tajee Spears have?
4.
Oh, dang. Well, they were down, so they stopped running the ball.
Yeah. But then they only had 17 pass attempts.
I'm going Panthers. It's tough because I like the Panthers defense. And if the Jaguars defense did what they did to stop the Titans, the question is, can the Panthers offense put up some points on this defense? And I feel like they can. I want to go Titans, but
I'll go Titans. I obviously think that was a division game. The Jags are just a better team. And now the Titans get to stack up with a team that's probably more closely aligned to where they are skill-wise. And we get to see 2 rookie quarterbacks. Will Levis go up against Bryce Young, let them go back and forth. So I'll go Titans here. I think after a game where you see Derrick Henry get 10 carries, only 10 carries for 38 yards, I think you have to feed him in this particular game. So I'll go Titans.
Super simple. All right, I'll go Panthers in that one. You got the Buccaneers coming off their loss. They're back on the road to go to Indianapolis. The Colts Oh man, Shaq. Um, what's his last name? Shaq Leonard
Mm-hmm.
was waived today
Yeah.
by the Colts. Interesting. Now if he clears waivers, the possibility you can see him on another team, but I don't think anybody's gonna pick up that contract. So we'll see what happens. But the Buccaneers at the Colts, man. Who you rocking with, man? I think who you going with?
I think it's gonna be a good matchup. Mayfield versus Minshew.
Yeah.
I think that has storylines in and of itself. But I think the Colts are going to be able to run the football. I know this Buccaneers team is solid in run defense, but I feel like they'll be able to run the ball this week. And then I think they'll also be able to get after Baker Mayfield. Tristan Wirfs isn't 100%. We saw him get hurt in the 49ers game. So I feel like that's something that they can take advantage of. They had a few other injuries in that game. Jamil Dean went down.
Hmm.
Levante David went down. So, a team on the road, on the mend. I think the Colts defensively find a way to shut down Baker Mayfield. I'm going Indy.
Yeah, man. That's who I had selected on my joint. I got the Indianapolis Colts, man, finding a way to edge out over the Buccaneers. Let's go Patriots in New York. The Giants.
Listen,
Giants got to win last week.
little Danny DeVito, he made me eat crow. I didn't pick him. I didn't think he was going to come out and do well, and he came out and he did well. Um, this Patriots team isn't the same Patriots team.
No.
So I think this Giants team is playing for pride, and being the home team, I'll give them the slight edge. So I'm going Giants.
Yeah, like I'm. It's. I feel like the Patriots need to kind of do the same thing that the New York Football Jets did and just bench that quarterback. And I think if they did that, you probably see a different type of Patriots team, a different type of energy. But since they're gonna continue to rock with Mac Jones, I'm going New York Football Giants here. Jaguars at the Texans. It's gonna be an interesting game. This might be
It,
one of the games of the week.
this might be one of the games of the week. I think this is going to be a really, really fun matchup. I absolutely love the Texans. I love the way they're playing football. I'm excited for D'Amico Ryans in his first year to have this kind of effect on the team, and everybody's bought in. And him taking a chance on C.J. Stroud has paid off dividends. Your boy Tank Dell is there cooking,
Cooking,
going
yo.
crazy, and D'Amico has the defense firing on all cylinders. With that said, I think the Jaguars got back on the right track against the Titans. And I think they do the same thing against Houston. I think it'll be a better game. It won't be, as big of a difference with the score. But I think ultimately the Jaguars edge this one out. So as much as I love the Texans, I got to go Jags this week.
I could dig it. I could dig it. I'm going. You know what? I'll pick the home team. I'll go Texans in this one. All right. I'll go Texans. I think they've been finding ways to win games. Like however they do it, they may just find a way to win this one. Browns at the Broncos. Listen, now I know the records are what they are. I understand that the Broncos are 5-5, but man, they're on a crazy win game streak right now. And they're finding ways to win games too. But now they got to take on this Cleveland Browns team who didn't look particularly too good against the Steelers. Quarterback situation, I'm not sure if that's going to change. They're on the road. Who you rocking with here?
This is two really, really good defenses. Um, but we've seen this year Russell Wilson struggle when he's getting pressured. And I don't think there's an offensive lineman on that Denver Broncos offensive line that's going to be able to stop Myles Garrett, especially
Mm.
if he lines up against Mike McGlinchey. No disrespect, Mike, but you're going to have a long day if Myles Garrett line up on your side. Uh, so I think this will be low scoring.
I
I
like
think
it.
this is a defensive game, but I when it's low scoring and it's defensive, I have to go Browns. They beat us in that same fashion. Low scoring, made it a defensive battle. I feel like they'll get to Russell Wilson, they'll ruffle his feathers, they'll frustrate him, cause a couple of turnovers, and put DTR in that offense in positive field position, even on the road, even in the altitude. I'm going Denver.
Yeah, I think I'm going to go
I
with
mean, sorry, I'm going Browns. My
uh,
bad.
okay, I'm going to go with the hot team here. I'm going to go with the Broncos, who clearly weren't playing for anything but pride. And after they got that win, they just kept finding ways to win. You mentioned Russell Wilson. I just feel like Russell Wilson is getting his mojo back. And even if it is a close scoring game, that's Russell Wilson. That's Mr. Danger Russ himself with the ball at the end of this game and a close scoring game. I feel like Wilson could get the ball down the field in field goal range and their kicker kick a field goal. So I'm going to go with the Denver Broncos in this game. All right, Denver Broncos. You got the Chiefs at the Raiders. AFC West showdown. Raiders are coming off of a loss, right? And then the Chiefs are coming off of a loss. Now the Chiefs are on the road going to Vegas. This is going to be an interesting game because I can tell you right now, that Raiders defense ain't nothing to mess with. And if they struggled against that Philly defense, it's a possibility that the Chiefs lose 2 in a row. Who you rocking with?
I don't think the Chiefs lose 2 in a row.
They just don't look like the Chiefs, though, Mose. Like,
I know they don't. And I honestly, I mean, I don't want to, make any excuses because, this Chiefs offense, which we are known to be so high-powered and prolific, they lead the league in drops.
Drops, bro.
Now, yesterday, there was inclement weather. It was raining all game. They got wet gloves. But listen,
they was at
these
home.
Are players that have been playing football their whole lives. They've played in the rain before. That drop by Marquez Valdez-Scantling for a touchdown, that can't happen. You beat your guy. You got at least a step or two on him. There's no way you should drop that pass. I understand it's a big moment. I understand it's late in the game and you want to make the play. But, for this team to lead, and this is why I said what I said on Nitty Gritty, bro. We got to find a way to keep Brandon Ayuk because if Brandon Ayuk hit the open market, if you think
they will pay
Andy Reid and that staff is not going to call him up and say, hey, would you like to come play with Patrick Mahomes? We need a true number 1 wide receiver to go opposite Travis Kelce, who's getting up there in age and already thinking about retirement. We need a true number 1 in this offense.
You need to retire. You're going to fumble the ball like that, and they need to retire.
Right. So that's for another show. But, yeah, I don't see them losing 2 in a row. I'm going Chiefs.
It's hard for me to pick against the Chiefs, especially if it was a different team, not the Raiders. Then I would probably pick against them. But I'm with you, man. Like, Patrick Mahomes, his mental, his savvy, I guarantee you those drops won't happen against the Raiders. I can guarantee it. They'll find a way. But Mahomes, against a good defense, he's not great. Like, he's not, like, elusive like he used to be. He gets out, he moves in the pocket. It's a little different. So if the Raiders defense and Max Crosby and that pressure team could get to Patrick Mahomes, it keeps the game close. I think the Chiefs find a way to edge, get the win. I'm with you. You got the Rams at the Cardinals, NFC West joint. Did we do this already?
We did not. I don't think we did.
Okay. Nope, you got it. Rams, Cardinals.
Rams, Cardinals. I mean, the Rams were supposed to lose last week, and they found a way to win. Although Geno and Kenneth Walker did get hurt.
They did get injured.
But the Cardinals didn't look too bad.
They
like
didn't.
You said, they had it against the Texans. The Texans found a way to win. I think
it's a tough one.
Another week with Kyler Murray. I think the more he gets acclimated with that offense and building that rapport with his guys, I'm gonna go Cardinals this one. I think the Rams got a lucky one that they shouldn't have got. I think that the Cardinals bring them back down to earth.
All right. Here's the thing. I don't have the report. I wonder if Kyren Williams returns this week. Just curious to know. That will help the Rams out tremendously.
I think he said he is coming back this week.
Because I do think that Cooper Kupp got re-injured.
On
the road. I don't want the Rams to win. I'm going to go Cardinals, too. I'm going to go Cardinals. I don't know the status of Kyren Williams. I don't know the status of Cooper Kupp. And with those two weapons still missing, that's what the Rams have been struggling all since Kyren Williams got injured. I don't know if you notice it, but once they took away that run game, they just haven't been the same. If he comes back, that definitely enhances it. But now they'll go back to how they were at the beginning of the season. So we'll see what happens if he plays. But with that, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to go Cardinals. You got the Bills at the Eagles. Both teams look like they don't look like themselves. But the Eagles are the best team in the NFL with the best record. Going against Josh Allen, new offensive coordinator, and they still don't look good. Like, they still didn't look good. Even though they beat the snot out of who they played last week. They beat
The
them.
Jets.
Right. But that's the Jets. Now you talk about the Eagles. Now, will the Bills play up to their competition? That's the question. Who you going with?
I don't think they do. And it's not the fact that they don't want to. I don't think they can, just because they're limited with all the injuries that they have. Again, transition at the offensive coordinator spot. And you're right. There are two teams that don't look like themselves, but the Eagles look more like the Eagles than the Bills look like the Bills. And as long as you got Jalen Hurts, DeAndre Swift is a monster for them in the backfield, both running and catching out of the backfield. You got A.J. Brown. You got Devontae Smith on the outside. I think it's going to be hard unless the Bills can find a way to generate some pressure and confuse Jalen Hurts. I think the way he played, last night, and then the way this Eagles defensive front can get after it, I see Josh at least throwing one or two picks. So I'm going Philly in this one.
All right, you're going Philly in this one. I gotta stick with the hottest team in football, man. Till they beat, I can't go against them. So I'm gonna go Eagles as well. Let's go Sunday Night Football. Ravens on the road in Los Angeles at the Chargers.
Listen, I mentioned this last week on this show. I said if the Chargers find a way to lose to the Packers, Brandon Staley might be on his way out of here. And now he getting a little testy with the media and the reporters asking them questions about, who's calling defense and who's making all these decisions. Listen, I think this is another loss under their belt against a Ravens team that, plays their best football during this time of the year. Offensively, I think they'll try to keep up early. But I think defensively, especially with the loss of Joey Bosa and his injury, I don't think they'll be able to keep up with this Ravens team. So that Brandon Staley hot seat gets another week hotter. I'm going Ravens.
Yeah, like, again, one of my favorite teams in football, Baltimore Ravens. It's going to be tough to beat them, especially if things aren't going your way in Los Angeles. I mean, it was unfortunate. I mean, Keenan Allen is their guy. For some reason, Austin Eckler just isn't back to being himself. And, Herbert, if they're going to be playing from behind, Ravens got a defense. Now, we've watched the Ravens defense start off hot and end cold, but I don't think they'll be able to do that. I don't think they'll do that on the road this week against the Chargers. I'm going to go Ravens Sunday Night Football. Monday Night Football, divisional matchup, NFC North, the Bears against the Vikings. Both teams coming off a L. Who you got?
I think this is probably going to be one of the sneaky fun games to watch.
I hope so, man. I'm hoping it's 35, 31. Yeah, man.
Yeah, Fields versus Josh Dobbs. Dobbs, who's played well in Arizona. They just didn't have a team that could win. And now he goes to Minnesota, and he's finding ways to win. Will he get Justin Jefferson back this week? We're not 100% sure. They're still going to, feel that out just to make sure that Jettis is 100% healthy so he doesn't re-aggravate that injury. But Danielle Hunter is playing really, really well. I know he's going to want to get after Justin Fields and shut him down. I think Josh Dobbs, just from, a quarterback standpoint, a mental standpoint, where he's able to, run this offense, move it up and down the field, read defenses and things of that nature. I think he edges Justin Fields in this one, so I'm going Vikings.
Like it. I'm going to go with the Vikings as well. The Purple People Eaters, I think they go ahead and get a dub. They're going to be at home. I like the Bears. I think they were getting back in sync. But that defense, they got defensed. Aiden Hutchinson, strip fumble, kicks the ball. Great game. Great game. The Bears are going to put up a fight, so don't think it's going to be twisted. Like I said, I'm hoping that this is one of those games where it's fun. It's 34, 35, all that good stuff, man. Like, seriously, I really do. But I'm going to go with the Vikings here. And there you have it, guys. Week 12's Pigskin Picks with your host, Wayne Breezie, Mose Knows. Happy Thanksgiving to everybody out there. We'll see you back next week, week 13, baby. Have fun. Don't forget to eat and then eat again. And give people, say thanks to the people that you love. We love y'all. Peace.